Now with reaction, our Philly Inquirer columnist Stephen A. Smith and the executive director of the president of the New York Civil Rights Coalition, Michael Myers. Guys, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Stephen A., let me start with this. Okay, so he supports him because he's a light-skinned African-American with no Negro dialect. Your reaction?
Well, my reaction is that it was racially insensitive. I'm certainly not going to call Senator Harry Reid a racist. I don't know the man personally, and I think people are entitled to make mistakes, but that does not mean that he shouldn't be forced to step down from his stewardship as a Democratic leader.
You
the
want
fact of the matter is that
you want him to step down.
I'm saying to you, yes. I think he should step down, and I think he should step down regardless of whether you want to call it racially insensitive or not. The fact of the matter is when Trent Lott made his mistake in 2002, it was politicized. The politicians were telling us there's a standard that needs to be set. When you're representing a constituency and you are representing the American people as a politician, there's a certain standard and a certain level of behavior that you're supposed to conduct yourself with, and if you don't do that, you can't hold that kind of post. Well, if it applied to Trent Lott, why can't it apply to Harry Reid?
All right, good question. Michael?
Well, let's put it this way. I think Harry Reid has descended into racial idiocy. It's worse than just being insensitive. It's a matter of racial idiocy. He reduces a man of accomplishment, of political acumen, high intellect, to that of racial caricature. And in that way, to talk about Obama as not being a person who is capable of Negro dialect unless he chooses to engage in Negro dialect, that is, in my judgment, not only racial idiocy and stereotype.
All right, let me ask you, Michael.
But wait a minute. But it is a lie because, Harry, read my lips. There is no such thing as Negro dialect.
All right, so I'll ask you the question. Stephen A. Smith thinks he should resign. Do you?
Look, I believe that there should be a single standard of evaluation and of condemnation of racial idiocy. People make mistakes all the time, Democrat and Republican. I did not call for the resignation of Trent Lott because he admitted and apologized for a mistake. I'm not calling for the resignation of Harry Reid, but I will condemn Harry Reid for engaging in racial rhetoric and racial idiocy.
All right, we got to move the ball. Go ahead, Stephen. Go ahead.
I'm calling for his resignation for one reason and one reason only. A whole bunch of politicians on Capitol Hill call for Trent Lott's resignation. When the politicians can do what they want to do, they can politicize anything they want to. But when it comes to the American people, we need a standard upon which to judge them by. And if they define that standard, so be it. I don't have a problem with Harry Reid personally. I don't know him. Don't even know if I care about him too much. But the reality is that his actions emulate that of Trent Lott, and that's good enough for me. If they call for Trent Lott to be booted out, they should call for him to be booted out.
My problem with Harry Reid is he still doesn't get it. I mean, the second thing he did after apologizing to President Obama, he goes to his Rolodex and calls up all the so-called black leaders and all the
then
black.
It should be easier for you to call them out.
Let me talk. And then calls up names all the blacks who have called him and were supporting him. It's sort of like, oh, I can't be a racist because I'm kind to my black cook.
Let me ask you both this. We're running out of time, and it's a great debate. But Bill Clinton, and we're going to have the authors of the book on in just a second here. But Bill Clinton is quoted in this book saying to Ted Kennedy, hey, a few years ago, talking about Barack Obama, he would be getting us coffee.
And why haven't the race leaders and the civil rights leaders condemned Bill Clinton as well as Harry Reid? You know why? Because they are embedded with the Democratic Party. That's why I mean that there has to be a single standard of evaluation and condemnation. Bill Clinton's remarks were just as racially idiotic, if not more so, than Harry Reid.
Sean, here's the bottom line. They're asking us to defer to Bill Clinton's record or to Harry Reid's record. That's not the issue. The issue is what they said and whether or not they should be held accountable.
So what do you want Bill Clinton to resign from, Stephen? What do you want Bill Clinton to resign from?
I'm not saying that I want Bill Clinton to resign from anything. I'm saying that you have to hold people accountable for what they say.
Well, how do you want to hold Bill Clinton accountable for his racial idiocy?
Politics?
Well,
Well,
how
figure out a way. You
are you
tell
going to
me.
call Bill Clinton now, other than to say Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton's not in office.
Yeah, but he's a former president, and he's a major public
What you
figure.
gonna do to him?
And he is, as he considers himself, America's first African-American president. This is what I need.
Well, I never said that. I've never said that. Hold on. I've never said that, and I was always offended by people calling him the first black president. Barack Obama's the first black president. Last time I checked, Bill Clinton and I don't share the same color skin.
Steve,
it just doesn't exist.
Steve, we've got to move beyond the lens of race, and it's Harry Reid's problem, which is something that has not been said, is he really regards the American electorate as being white racist. Because for him to say that Barack Obama is light-skinned, that Barack Obama does not engage in Negro dialect unless he wants to, that is to say to blacks that they don't know how to speak English,
all right, Stephen, we gotta go, guys.
And that it's a stereotype of blacks, and that's for why Harry Reid, Bill Clinton, Jesse Jackson, who talked about Hymantown, all these people have to be condemned for their idiocy.
All right, we're going to have to leave it right there, guys.
Now you're going too far, as always. But go ahead.
All right,
another day.
Oh, you love Jesse Jackson, don't you?
We'll have you both back.
And Al Sharpton, who
thank
talked
you
about
both for being with
diamond
us.
merchants and Jews.
And